Okay, so amazing news. It's not every day that you have, it feels like you got a gun up to your head when it comes to one of your animals. So Snow has been our little goat that we have been treating for an abscess on her neck. And so we weren't sure what it was, so we sent a bit of it off to a lab to have it tested, and it came back as just an abscess. It's not CL. Super relieving. I think for me and Christine, we were both kind of, it didn't make any sense for it to be CL, and that was the advice that we'd gotten was, hey, like if it doesn't make any sense, it's most likely not. But you still question it because it's really, I mean, it's kind of one of those things that it can potentially injure a herd, and we have 2 herds of goats. So anyways, so little girl, she's okay. You can go back to the rest. It's this has actually been cleaned. I'm gonna clean it again with some hydrogen peroxide on the outside. It looks really nasty, but we've been keeping it really clean. And most of this is mostly just drainage. There's not really anything there. It's just kind of what it is. All right, Snow, you can go back to your herd. So exciting, so stinking exciting. Such good news. All right, well, today things got a little bit more interesting for me because I just found out I have jury duty this week. So I mean, I knew I had a jury number, but things got interesting. So it means I have to report pretty early in the morning, which means we're out doing some prep for next week. We're gonna move the cattle to this pasture behind me from where they've been, and we're gonna move them down there, and that'll make it a lot easier for the boys to do their thing in the morning without needing, you know, me to move a truck or anything like that. But we're out here and the cows are all out, and the boys are gonna help me tear down this old pasture because the cows are in it, but it's with jury duty coming up, or the next week or so, I'm not gonna be able to get over here. But that being said, we're gonna take a look at our mama. She seems off by herself, and she seems pretty aggressive, to be honest. I'm gonna come in here and see if we can see what this mama's doing. She was, when Clint was walking down the road behind the truck, she was acting pretty stinking aggravated. She was tossing her head and acting pretty aggressive. Oh yeah, she's oh, look at that. She must have just had, hey boys, watch out. She's not super happy right now, okay? You see her tossing her head at me? Hey, little guy. Oh, you are fresh. You are fresh. And you've got to be, you are very, oh my Lord, you are fresh. And, so, the, man, he is very, very fresh. All right, we're going to, man, look at the little guy. And when I say little guy, I'm pretty sure that's a 5th bull this year. So that's out of all of our heifers, every single one gave us a bull. It's a 1 in 32 chance. That's how the odds are on that. So 1 in 32, it's pretty stinking low. But let's just check. I'm gonna make sure that I'm not wrong about that. I'm pretty darn sure that I'm right about that. Man, no. I think that may be its umbilical cord. It's really hard on these black cows to tell what we got, so I'm gonna have to be a little more invasive. All right, hey Clint, you're gonna swing the camera. Well, all right, I was wrong. It's a heifer. It's a heifer, and I'm so stinking happy. You don't know how happy I am for that to be a heifer. I am so stinking happy that's a heifer. I really needed another heifer, and I got another heifer. I am so stinking happy.
I'm sure you can see it on my face. I couldn't be happier. I really didn't want a fifth bull because the bulls basically just equal, you know, we just butcher them. We have them butchered, which is fine. And so, like, for example, that red heifer, we're gonna have her butchered as well. But that little thing right there, she'll be in our herd probably for the rest of her life. Which is great. That's really exciting. It's kind of hard to tell, and it's the reason why at first I thought it was a bull. It's kind of hard to tell because of where the umbilical cord comes down. It looks like a pecker, to be quite honest. And so it can be, well, here's a good example. See those two bulls right there and there? See, it looks like an umbilical cord. It's not an umbilical cord, I guarantee it. But, and actually those two are only, those two right there, they're only 5 months old. 4 months old? Yeah, like 4 months old, maybe 5 months old. So, I mean, this little guy right here, this little guy right there on the end, he's the same age as the other ones. He's only like 5 months old. He's looking good. He's gonna be huge by next fall. This little guy, he's only like 2 months old. Anyways, are you guys happy?
Yeah. Yes!
Yeah, we're all happy. Everybody's very, very happy with that. That's, I couldn't be happier. I even kissed her. Now don't tell Christine I've been kissing on other girls. Hey buddy, turn the fence off and lock it. Hey, no, actually one more thing. I'm sorry to boss you around, buddy. Can you walk down and grab the 3 fence posts and the roll of wire down there? Sorry. All right, we're gonna get this wrapped up, and then we're gonna get the cows moved down and get the water set up down there for them. And then we're gonna get them all moved down tomorrow morning. That'll give that mama and that baby some time to relax. Yeah, I can barely contain that smile. I'm just telling you, it's exactly what I wanted. The bull that she was bred with is unrelated to our herd completely. She's unrelated to our herd completely. So now I have, for the price of 1 cow and a steer, I'm getting 2 cows. Because the steer will probably pay for his mom. So when we butcher that steer out in the fall, he'll pretty much cover the cost of me buying his mom. And then his mom gave me another heifer. There's my 6 heifers I wanted. So, we'll see. It could be sooner than I thought. I think, we'll see. Next year we may not cut hay. I said it was gonna be 3 years, didn't I? 2 to 3 years? It may be next year. We may not cut hay next year, depending on what this herd looks like in the spring. Yeah. Now that being said, I'm not crazy about the delivery time. We're at the end of June. I mean, end of July. I really like to have everybody born in like February, March, right in there. So that means I have 2 cows that are kind of out of sync. She's out of sync, and the one that was late is out of sync. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with her next year. I really don't want to have July babies. Yeah, I don't want July babies. I really don't. I want like early spring babies, because I want those babies on that fresh, yummy, tender, sweet grass super early in like May. Yeah. Okay, so this is what I would consider a fairly inexpensive reel. Okay, it's not the greatest reel in the world, but it works. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you kind of how I like to upgrade these reels, so that way, actually I even do them with my expensive reels. It's a really easy upgrade. It's nothing crazy. It really helps with the strip grazing or rotational grazing when you're reeling the line in and unreeling the line. And it's really helpful when you got junior helpers who may not be paying attention to kind of how the line's spooling back and forth. Okay, so this is such an easy, this is so easy. This is the part right here. This is what I'm gonna install. They have them that are wider and narrower. This is the one that will fit this reel. So you can't install this until you have the reel completely wound up. So we just wound all the wire up on this because we were done with that pasture, and I'm going to install this right now. So sometimes it takes a little tweaking to get it just right, but we'll do that. Okay. So I'm going to do it. We're just going to do this as an outside fix, nothing crazy. Okay. I'm not going to be able to get another socket in there, so I'm not going to. All right. So what I did was I just took the bolt out for the handle. Now, if I put this right here, obviously you can see that this is going to interfere. So we're going to have to widen this up a little. And these are pretty easy to kind of reshape. That's probably about what I need. And then I'm going to put this on top of this, not on the bottom. If I put it on the bottom, it's going to interfere with the line. So we're going to put it on the top, get our handle, we'll put our handle will still work. You'll still be able to attach it to fencing and that kind of stuff. And then I think I'm going to do one more thing slightly different, is I'm going to actually put the bolt going facing upwards like this, mostly because then I know I have a lower profile than this side. Now, before we unreel this to in a pasture or whatever, we want to make sure that this goes through here, because if it does not, when we go to reel this back up or unreel it, it can hop all over the side of this a lot easier. That's a wrap, folks. I've been wanting to show that little quick modification to these reels because I think it's really important to, you know, spread the word on little things that make life a lot easier. All right, well, we're gonna get this all set up so I can enjoy my jury duty tomorrow. Because we all have a responsibility for the outcome of our fellow citizens. And that's what jury duty is all about. All right, I'll see you guys.